Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karvamai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishadvai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have started the contemplation on the revision of first chapter. We have seen the first 12 shlokas in a detailed version, and we are starting now the second topic, that is Vishwamitra Agamanam, the arrival of the Vishwamitra. The 13th shloka goes like this. Even during this time, the sage Vishwamitra arrived there. Then the king Dasharatha, having offered him Padma and Arga, water for washing feet, respectful offerings as a traditional rituals of honors to the guest, said to him, what he said, subdued and with a folded hand, Dasharatha spoke to Vishwamitra, O sage, having come here, you were supremely pious and virtuous, have become worthy of venerations by me. So up till now we were seeing the dialogue between Valmiki ji and Bharadwaj. Now we have started going into the details like Vishwamitra has come, so it is another story started. So stories inside the stories and basically it always points towards the divinity. So the main thread should not be missed. That is, whatever we are doing is only purely for a time pass. And remain always cheerful, happy, blissful, contented, and over and above relaxed and cool. Because that is life. How to do that? I am nobody. Moment you are nobody, you are 100% happy. Moment you become somebody, either a son, or a father, or a daughter, or a mother, or in-laws, or outlaws, upadhis comes and start troubling you. So you have to drop that, and that dropping is only possible by contemplation. So the 13th shloka, what it says, Etasmin neve kale tu vishwamitrabhya gata rushi तथा दशरथो राजा पाद्यमर्घ निवेदच. So Vishwamitra Rishi has come to the Dashrath palace. So Dasharatha has offered him Padya and Argha, water for washing feet, and respectful offerings to the guest. Pranjali prayato bhutva Vishwamitram bhashata. So extremely pious Vishwamitra has come, worthy of veneration. Tirtha bhuto se me Brahman praptam paramadharmika. So you are extremely pious and virtuous, you have come to us. So please tell me, for what you have come? Kachate paramam kamo. What is your supreme wish? What is your work with me? Why you have come? Kinchate karavanyamaham. What shall I do for you? Tata Raja Vachanam. So this Vachan, this Raja's words, having heard this word of the king, Shrutva, listen, Vishwamitrabhya Bhashatat. Vishwamitra started talking. So initially Dashrath was talking. He did venerations and respect to that great saint who is pious, virtuous. And then Vishwamitra started talking. So whenever we are thinking about divinity, we have to demonstrate it, the knowledge. And this knowledge can be demonstrated in two ways, Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. First knowledge and then action. When you know that everything is divine, then only you will can work internally with the Kriya Shakti. In these are not together, not going together, we become distorted personality. So our Jnana and Kriya should go together. So we will not be distorted. Otherwise, we are a distorted personality. So how? What is responsibility? We are sadhakas. So our responsibility is much higher. Our presence should make everybody happy. So our we should be like what? We should be like sky. So think that we are a sky. So we sky has no impact of anything happening beneath it. If good is happening, still it's okay. If bad is happening, still it is okay. So we have to behave like a sky. Remain in this world, but don't give your comments, suggestions, and your propositions on anything unless been asked. If your work is there, you do that. So our presence should make everybody happy and our life should be an anushthan. It should be an celebration. Then only it will be a spiritual life. It should be like a puja. So that's what is been shown here. What is your supreme wish? What shall I do for you? That's what the Dasharatha is saying to Vishwamitra. And then Vishwamitra started speaking in shloka number 16. I practice religious discipline. Aham niyama adishte siddhe satya parakramam. For its fulfillment, you should spare me your son, the noble-minded Rama of proven valor who is capable of destroying Rakshasas, causing obstruction to me. So he was doing the religious discipline like yajna he was doing. And mama vigna karanam cha rakshasanam vinigrahe. So these Rakshasas, demons are troubling me by destroying this yajnas. Daksham Ramam Mahatmanam. This Rama is Mahatmanam, noble-minded. Putram me Datu Maharshi. So your son Rama, you please spare him for this noble cause, for this purpose. So here again, when you are addressing the in an external world, you cannot say even though you may be knowing the divinity, like give me your divine son. No, no, like you. So you maintain that relationship and knowing very much in heart that this is a divine play going on. So in Raman Maharshi's texts, it comes that there is no other. So if you know that there is no other, then he will be always at peace, whatever he is talking or dealing into. Be with everyone, but don't forget the purpose of life. Remain with everyone, do all activities, but don't forget the purpose of life. So Rama was Jivan Mukta, and he becomes Jivan Mukta when he has had the dialogue with Vasishtha Rishi. So it is said that satsangatve nitsangatvam nitsangatve nidmohatvam nirmohatvam nishyalatatvam nishyalatatve jivan mukti. Bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. So satsang is very important. These meetings are very important. So shloka number 17. Vasishtha told these words to the king, who was perturbed on hearing this from Vishwamitra. If you do not keep your words, who else will honor them? Na palayasi chetavakyam kopara palayishyati. You are the king, and this Vishwamitra is doing some great job. So you have to spare. If you don't spare, who will spare? So then, when Vasishtha told us, Vishwamitra heard from Rama's man. The lotus-eyed Rama, after returning from his pilgrimage, has become melancholy and remained silent and alone, holding everything as unreal. So the king was knowing, Rama was knowing this thing. So he has become durmana. Agatam tirthayatraya tatha prabhuti durmana. Prabhuti means Rama. After coming from tirthayatra, he became melancholy. And he is remaining what? A sarvamevasti yukta trushnim ekavatishtate. Is remaining silent and alone. Remaining silent and alone is a depression dejection, and whereas remaining silent and dynamically doing all activities is the noble-minded man. He is the liberated man. He is the Jivan Mukta. So small hairline difference is there. And here also he is holding everything is unreal. And then that person who came, Rama's man, that means the person who was serving Rama, he says. After he listened, Vasishtha says, if it is so, please bring him of great wisdom quickly here. Mahapradya Vegataha. Quickly you bring him here. So when we talk about silent and alone, which brings frustration, but silent and dynamically involved, remain busy always in a creative manner. Live a life of more and more awareness. You have to have more and more awareness about the divinity. So likewise he was saying. And Vasishtha further says in 21st shloka, This delusion of Raghupati Rama is neither due to calamities nor due to passion. It is only a dawn of wisdom in one possessed of discrimination and dispassion. So there is a difference. The person who gets silent and alone because of dejection and miseries, they are not in a, they are only restricting themselves to me and myself and mine. Whereas Raghupati Rama, he was thinking about the whole world. The world is sorrowful, world is painful, world is at the might of time. That was his feeling. So it is a vairagya and vivek, discrimination, dispassion. Viveka vairagyavato bodha. Because of that bodha, he, and not because of calamities and passion. And further, Vasishtha Rishi says, Mohasmin marjite yukta vishramtim meshati dhruvam. If this delusion is wiped off by proper reasoning, he will certainly attain peace. If this delusion goes off, the delusion only will go off by proper reasoning. The proper reasoning has to समझदारी चाहिए जीवन में. एतस्मिन् अंतरे राम पितु पादाभिवंदनम. So, in the meanwhile, Rama having come there, so Rama usually used to come to the Dashratha's palace and respect him. By teaching his speech, he's seen the two sages sitting there also, bowed down to his father and two sages, and sat down on a carpet spread on the ground by the attendants. Kartum abhyagatas tatra pranamya pitaram muni. His respected father and two sages he has made pranam. Bhumo parajanartirna cha asane sa nya. There was an asan to sit, there was a carpet spread, he sat on that. Thus Rama questioned about the cause of delusion by the king and two sages. So immediately Dashratha as well as Vishwamitra and Vasishtha Rishi asked him the cause of his delusion. And Tatha Radhya Muni Samprushto Moha Karanam. They are asking him, Vacha Vajanam Rama. So Rama has said, Tatha Vadamti Vistiram. In the details now Rama has started telling. So Rama's cause of delusion is been asked, and Rama started explaining. That the third topic, second topic is over. Third topic, Jivitam Dukkhamayam. First cause of his delusion has been told. Life is full of sorrow. How the life is full of sorrow? Bhajagovindam says, Punarapi Janmam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Jatare, Jane Shayanam, Yadustare Rupaya Pare Pahi Murari, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam Muramati. The person who is in ignorance, for him it is again a death, again a life, again a death, again a life through mother's womb and suffering. There is no end to that suffering. So you have to again call that Bhagwan Bhajagovindam, and then only you will be freed. So you have to have an understanding that has been said here. But Sri Rama said in Shloka number 25, I tell these things though I am devote of knowledge, since I reflect on them. Men are born to die, and they die only to the born again. He has seen the world, and there is a death he has seen, birth he has seen. He says in Shloka number 21, Jayate mruyate loka, mriyate janannaya cha, astira sarva evaite, sacharachara teshtita. Charachar, everything is astir. All these indeed are impermanent. Those that are movable and immovable. Of what use are kingdom and enjoyment to me? Kim me rajyam ki bhoge? Koham kidam magatam? Actually, I should now contemplate on who am I and what is it that has come for here. So now Rama has again understood little bit who am I. Comes in your mind, if who am I comes in your mind, then definitely, certainly, the grace of divine has already started showering on you. This who am I? You have to think about like for what purpose I have come here. What is the cause? Why I have been here? So that has been said here. So for some time it comes again, it goes back, and again we start quarreling, fighting, or loving each other, and then we suffer. Thus, reasoning intensely, there arose in me dissatisfaction for all things, as that is a traveler for a desert. So, by seeing this, because I couldn't get any answer, so I got dissatisfaction. That's why what has happened in the Rama's his present period was he was silent and alone. He started eating little and start wanted to die by starving. But then Evam vimrushatam tivram sarveshapi cha vastushu. All things I started getting nervous of that. Actually, what should have been happened? He should have been like a sky. Nothing should have wise man, nothing because it's his divine play. Life unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest. So what is the question of worry? Now shloka number 28. How does this sorrow come to an end? Shamyatidam katham dukkham iti taptosmi chintaya. I am burned by this anxiety. Taptosmi chintaya. O sage, wealth only causes delusion. Shri Mune parimohaya sapi nyunam na sharmada. It indeed does not confer happiness. This wealth doesn't never confirm happiness on anybody. So you please tell me how to deal in this world. A wealthy man not censurable by people, a valiant man who does not boast, a lord who is of equal vision. These three are indeed hard to obtain. So he's giving an example. Srimana Anjana Nindischa. A wealthy man is there, but he's not been troubled by the people. Shuras Chapya Vikatana. A valiant man who does not boast. Samadrushti, Lord who is in equal vision. Samadrushti Prabhusheva. Durlabha Purushastraya. These three are indeed hard to obtain. Shloka number 30. Life is as transient as a drop of water dangling at the sharp corner of the blade of grass. So blade of grass is there and on that there is a water. How much time it will stick there? Immediately it will fall. It is possible to encompass the air, break the sky or string together the waves, but not stay forever in the life. We cannot stay over forever in this life because comparison is made, even the air can be encompassed. We can break the sky or strings together the waves by different scientific method, but life cannot be extended. So life is very transient. And Grathanam cha taranganam asthanayushi yujyate. So you cannot continue the life. Trees also live, and so do the animals and birds. He alone lives whose mind is alive by reflection. So Rama also is knowing that mind has to be reflected on the divinity. Only those things are born in this world with a noble life who are not born here again. So Rama is again explaining that Shuddha Vasana, if Shuddha Vasana is there, what is the Shuddha Vasana? Shuddha Janma Vinashini. You don't have to again born. And Malina Janma Mano. If there is a bad Vasana, then you will be suffering. So again Bhaja Govindam is mentioned here as Nalani Dala Jalani. That means life of a transient of a drop of water. It can go any time. The scriptures is a burden for one without discrimination. अगर विवेक नहीं है भारो विवेक किना शास्त्रा. If you do not have discrimination, means what you should read, what you should not, and what you should understand. Knowledge is a burden for the passionate. Jnanocharagina. If he is a passionate, knowledge is a burden. Ashantasya mano. Mind is a burden for one without peace. A person is not at the peace, so mind is a burden. And bharo bhara anatma vidho vapu. Body is a burden for one who does not know the self. Rama is telling the truth, but then still he is what? Silent and alone. So that has to be seen. That will be told by Vashishta Rishi, and he is telling under the topic everything is dukkhamaya. Under the influence of ego, calamities arise, and out of the ego, anguish is born. Desire arises when controlled by ego. There is no enemy worse than ego. So this ego, all problems are due to the ego, and ego is a monster. So what has to be done? Establish your own identity with absolute in this very life. अगर अपनी आइडेंटिटी एब्सोल्यूट के साथ कर ली तो देन विल बी ऑलवेज हैप्पी. लर्न टू बी हैप्पी वेयर एवर यू आर, नॉट बिकम हैप्पी. बी हैप्पी wisely. So resolve. We have to make some resolution. We are not going to be miserable under any condition. Not to become miserable under any condition. So naturally ego will drop. The mind runs in vain from here and from there perplexed, just as a dog runs from distance to a greater distance in a village. Durata durtam cheto gave kaulo eko yatha. That dog runs, if you must be seeing that stray dogs. He runs unnecessary from one place to another place to another place. Keeps on running. Similarly, the mind runs in a vein. Actually, everything is divine. It is unfragmented divinity, but the mind, which feels that it has given a freedom, it keeps on running here and there. Even by wealth acquired in some cases, it does not attain anything, for it does not reach fullness, as a wicker basket by waters. ये राहड़ गाड़ के रहता है, पानी भरा जाता है, नीचे में आता है, खाली हो जाता है, फिर राहड़ गाड़ के रहता है, भरता है, फिर खाली. It is a continuous process. न प्राप्नोति क्वचित किंचित प्राप्ते रपि महाधने. The money which you got, we feel, array, we are now everything with us. But it is not sufficient, because that will not give you fulfillment. Fulfillment only come because of tranquility, contentment, and holy company and inquiry. There is only the gateway of liberation, the fulfillment will come, otherwise it will not come. So mind is continuously running from one place to another place like dogs run from here. So what has to be prayer for us? Pray to that Almighty, let my mind be quiet and at peace. Let my mind be at quiet and peace. That should be my this thing. So what should be the sadhana we should do? Hold your mind in a loving heart. In a loving heart, you hold your mind for some time. How to hold? Desha Kala Vastu mind is going on. So bring that mind from that Desha Kala Vastu. Desh is your heart, loving heart. It is between the ribs. Kal for duration, whatever you want to do. Vastu is your Ishta Devat. My Ishta Devat is Ram. So what I'll do? I'll loudly say Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Somebody else's will be his own Ishta Devat, maybe Shri Krishna. So he will say his own mantra. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Maybe this is too long mantra, so we'll go into the lyrics. We are not supposed to go into the lyrics. We have to go into the tranquility. So find out. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So your mind will be on Krishna, that is object, for whatever the duration you chant, and place is your loving heart. So what will happen because of this? If you do this sadhana, your mind will become immediately tranquil and blissful. So don't bring your past again and again, because that will bring a strong ego. The restraint of mind is more difficult than the drinking of ocean or uprooting the great Sumeru mountain or eating fire. Three different examples are given. Drinking the ocean, so impossible, but you can drink. Great Sumeru mountain, uprooting, difficult. Eating fire, these are simple than the restraint of mind. So, aptabdipanam mahata sure, Sumeru dana mula nadapi, apivanyashanat sadho, vishamam chitta nigraha. It is so difficult to chitta nigraha, restraint of mind is very difficult. Then what to do? Only procedure which we can follow is daily contemplation for half an hour. That only is going to save us. Of all the ills of worldly life, it is a desire alone that gives lasting grief. कि अपने को कुछ चाहिए चाहिए चाहिए, it only gives a lasting grief. The sharp edge of sword, the light of the thunderbolt, and spark of the fire from the red hot iron are not severe as this desire rooted in this heart. जो अपने हृदय में, हार्ट में जो डिजायर्स है, वो शार्प एज ऑफ सॉर्ड, लाइट ऑफ थंडरबोल्ट और स्टिक्स ऑफ फायर, इससे इतना परेशान नहीं होगा जितना डिजायर होगा. सो नेवर कंप्लेन अबाउट द माइंड, rather work on the mind. Whole world is suffering because we are not taught how to work on the mind. We have the four wrong notions: wrong notion about yourself, wrong notion about the world, wrong notion about God, wrong notion about spiritual practice. We have to drop that. We are going to see that. So don't add garbage to the mind. कचरा अपने मन में डालो मत. Desire alone makes the best of the man worthless as a straw in the minute. And though his wisdom is as high as Mount Meru, though he is valiant and though he is firm, everything is there, his wisdom is there and all that, but desire makes man suffer. Api meru pamam pragyam, api shuram, api stiram. He is pragya, he is shur, stira. Truni karomi trushno, trushneka. This trushna, desire. Nimeshata narottam. The person is highest person, best of the man. But this desire kills him. So what has to be done? Learn, 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 and discover happiness. Learn and discover happiness. That was the third topic, wherein with Rama has told his agony regarding Jivitam Dukkhamam. That was everything painful he's trying to tell. Then fourth topic he says Avastha Dukkada, stages of life are painful. The body manifests in the world and it is only for experiencing sorrow. Rama is saying it is only for experiencing sorrow. There is nothing more deplorable than the body, which is worthless and no virtues. The body only brings me all the Devam Spurite Samsare. Moment I have a body I do meditation, then samsar comes sopi dukkhaya kevalam. The purpose nicho guna bahishkritam. So is the body and things are for even within a certain time, number of days. Time destroys everything. Time destroys wealth, time destroys kingdom, time destroys body. Kim shriya, kim chirajena, kim kayana, kimi hitam. Dine katipaye revo kala sarva nikruntati. Everything is destroyed by time. So when we become negative in our life, we will always see the negativity. That is what is happening with the Rama. He is now telling the external world. Actually, body is an instrument for spiritual practice, but we see only sorrow experience. Sorrow because body is there, body has come, body stays, body goes. But why worry about it? It is an instrument from which we have to know the divinity. Let the divinity manifest and help the society. That is only the purpose. It is a divine will which has brought this body, and we suffer. So, shloka number 43. Of this body constituted of blood, flesh, in and out, and which has only destruction as its characteristics. What is the beauty? Tell me, Sage. Now he's only started teaching him, uh, Vasishtha Rishi. Incapacity, calamities, thirst, dumbness, perplexed or dull intellect, coatedness, restlessness, dejection, all these exist in the childhood. Ashaktira, Pradatrushna, Mukta, Mudabadita, Runata, Lolata, Dainam, Sarvabale, Pravatiti. When he was young, Balya, incapacity, he can't do anything. Calamities, thirst, dumbness, perplex, coatedness, restlessness, dejection. All these are there in childhood. So this Rama is trying to teach Vasishtha, who is liberated soul, but then he has to listen because his job is to teach Rama subsequently. A child spoiled in a filth just as a dog. I am boy in a boyhood there is a fear from preceptor, even the mother and father. So he first told about Balyavastha. Then he says child. Child is plays with his own filth and is also fearing his mother and father. From man and elder children, boyhood becomes an abode of fear. In youth, even though his intellect is broad, clear and pure, it becomes turbid, just as a river in the rainy season. So first is told Balyavastha, second is told uh, Yuva then telling Yuvanavastha when he is confident but still is suffering and his mind is Dolaman. Whenever youth arises up to its climax, every passion dance, then only destruction results. So he gets, when he becomes Yovanam, there also destruction comes. O Seja, then alone are to be worshipped. They are the great soul and they alone are man in this world who are easily crossed over the perils of youth. So the person He Sukham Samvrittinam Sadhyo Yona Sankata. This Te Vandhyaste Mahatmanam Eva Purusha Bhuva, the person who have the Vivek. They are only respectable, that's what he says. So Shankaracharya says that Atyanta Malino Deha Dehitvam Atyanta Nirma. If you have a body consciousness, it is a Malino. So Deha Devalaya Prokta Jivo Sanatana. This Deha is Devalaya and Jivo is sitting there. शरीर देवालय है उसमें रहने वाला जीव केवल शिव और परमात्मा है. But it is without proper guidance. We start making own our conclusions and we have wrong notions about the world. So we have to protect ourselves by ourselves. Go deep within with wisdom, not with frustration. If our attention is towards consciousness, self we are, and we are living more and more in awareness. And the whole was nothing but the expansion of that awareness. World is expansion of awareness. So this first chapter of Yoga Vasishtha is teaching how Vairagya should be understood. It should not be misunderstood. Misunderstood means people go to the Himalaya, go to a hermitage, mountains, start praying there, doing meditation. No, no, no. This is not the purpose. Purpose is to become tranquil, blissful, cheerful, happy, contented, over and above relaxing, cool, under all situations of the world, 7 by 24, 365. Vairagya is not hatred of the world. It is not the hatred of the world. You have to remain in this world. Vairagya is not hatred of human body. You should not hate a human body. You should not hate the world, and also you should not hate the mind. Rather, you have to work on the mind. Vairagya is rising above the body identification, and it is going beyond rag and dvesh. So we said that sky is sadhana. You should do that. In the string-tossed bodily cage of puppet doll of flesh endowed with muscle bones and joints, of a woman, what good is possible there? See if the pleasing after separation the skin, flesh, body, tears, eyes. Why are you deluded in vain? Only the person who has a spouse lust after congenial pleasures. For one without a spouse, where is the field of enjoyment? If lust for woman is abundant, the world is abundant. Having forsaken worldly attachment, one becomes happy. So now his examples are given like whenever there is a bodily attachment, what happens is the Dehatma bhav become very strong. So then you start getting more and more miserable. You get more and more attached to the lust and suffer in the life. So suffering can be avoided by forsaking worldly attachment, and that will make us happy. So do not expect man and woman, either of them, as a source of happiness. They are divine. They are the expressions of divine. If you are entangled in a position and relations, we are bound to suffer in this world. Moment you are remain there as a simple and disciplined, nothing will happen. So perception is there, but projection is not happening. Then you are divine. Don't take these relations seriously. Keep proper distance. Insufficient in childhood, it is forcibly devoured by youth. The latter in turn devoured by old age. See this mutual cruelty. That's what Rama is saying. Old age frustration due to the poor capacity to enjoy, heart burning and desire approaches him but could not enjoy. Devote of efficacy or courage, thus he becomes miserable. That means his mind is not become tranquil. Thus bad to look at, old miserable devote of efficacy and courage. Desire approaches with a splendid but he cannot enjoy that. So now everything has been told by Rama under the topic fourth, the stages of life are painful. So if you take this Dehatma Bhav, the stages of life are very painful. And Dehatma Bhav, Jivatma Bhav, and Ishwaratma Bhav are strong, then you will suffer. That's what I said. The last topic is Kala Vaibhavam, the might of time. So time is consuming the whole world. It is swallowing mouthpiece of the entire universe. And in some cases where the sense of happiness is worldly life exists, for a few, time completely destroys even that as a rat destroys thread. Rat जैसा thread destroy करता है. Likewise, Esham samsara sukha bhavana. So kala tama api krutanti. So that will be gone. God does not protect for a moment the happiness of a great man. Mahatapi me no deva paripalayanti kshanam. Time having swallowed up the mouthful, the entire universe had attended the nature of Supreme Being. So, Vishwatmane Gata, great sage, if this should be the account in this worldly life of these entities like time, what is a person like me? So, if even it is great Mahamuni, all these people are going with the time, what is a fate for me? The mind faints as it were within, and joy resides forever. Courage gives place to timidness. Even the pole star imperishable existence. Dhruva apa dhruva jivitam. Pole star also dies. Even the gods are killed. What is hope for me? So madrushe jane, madrushe jane. Time makes joy in sorrow, sorrow into joy in a fraction of a second. Confident become unconfident. Gods are killed, even mountains are shattered, even sages are destroyed. Even ocean dries up, stars are torn to pieces. What is the situation for me? Even oceans dry up and stars are torn, even sages are destroyed. What is the hope for me? Madrushe jane, Kai avastha madrushe jane. Even Brahma, the creator, reaches his end. Even Hari, the restorer. The sustainer unborn is taken away, even the Bhava Rudra is destroyed, attains to non existence. What is hope for a person like me? Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra are all classes of being run after destruction like water and submarine fire. So when all these are these things, so what is the situation for me? Shloka number 63 then. आपदां शनमायन्ति शनामायन्ति सम्पदा shanam janma shanam mrityu mune kinivan shanam. Calamities come in the moment, good fortune come in another moment. At this moment it is a birth, at this moment there is a death. Says what indeed is not momentary, everything is at the time. Thus in my mind, burned by the forest fire of evil, ins- instantly, dosho davi agni dade, hopes for enjoyment do not probe, as mirage do not appear in lake. Mirage will not appear in lake, similarly enjoyment I cannot sustain. So teacher, please tell me, how can I get rid of this delusion? I am totally frustrated. So I do not rejoice life, nor do I rejoice the death. I stand as I do, free from fever. Never sage, how did this why how did the wise now there is some vivek coming. यथा जानामि भगवन् तथमोहा निवृत्तते ब्रूहि मे साधवो येन न्यूनं निर्दुःखतागता. How did these wise once verily attain the state of freedom from sorrow? So these wise people, how they attain this state, freedom from sorrow. He has also understood. Tell me this, as you are aware, so that my delusion may come to end. Then only my delusion will come. He understands this is a delusion. So Seja, if however there is no such means or nobody tells me clearly what is available, now again ego comes up. So two things are told in this chapter, ego and desire. So again ego comes up. If you cannot tell me, or if I do not obtain myself that unsurpassed peace, then I have abandoned all desire and become egoless. O sage, do not seek for anything except death. I shall remain in silence as one placed upon the brine. So he says, I will remain silent and at silent alone, he will not become dynamic and be if he doesn't understand. So he is again putting that onus on the Vasishtha Rishi. He is told three problems. Everything is dukkhama, everything is painful, everything at the moment of time. This is also the problem with us also. So if you want to protect yourself from any area of conscience from outside when you are contemplating, just say, I don't know. God is that phenomena that words cannot determine and mind cannot explain. One has to get out of this objectivity and has to drop the mind. And how it is possible? And it is very simple. Have a Akash Bhav, remain like a sky, nothing can disturb, or remain as a Mr. Nobody. Argumentative persons, you should never talk. Just say, I don't know. Kala Chakra is going on. Time can confuse anyone. Time is such a relative phenomena can confuse anyone. What is required is absolute peace within. And depressed person is depressed as is reacting in the world. Perception, every perception is followed by the projection. You can't know the truth without being the truth. So if you really want to know the truth, then you have to become a truth. Becoming the truth, becoming the divine, becoming that is only the purpose of reading this essence of a Yogavaasishtha. And the what will happen is Vasana Tanvikaran will happen. And thinning of this impressionment of mind, this will not happen overnight. You have to work on the mind. And what is working on the mind? Simple rule. Whatever you give importance to in the world, that alone becomes the source of misery for us. It does not matter where you are, be a normal, but abidance must be in the truth. When you are attached to the objective world, that is a bondage. Be with everyone, remain there, but always remember you are on a spiritual path, Adhyatma Shastra. Don't become abnormal in the crowd, but must abide in the truth. When you are attached to the objective world, that is only the bondage. And the bondage will only go by understanding that objectivity understanding will lead us to the blind end. So we have to come out of that, and the solution for that coming out is only by the inquiry, and that will give us liberation from the relative world with this prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri